Asante CDF, please be seated. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. And let me begin by apologizing for coming later than I was expected to, but as you all know, huu ni muda wa mambo mingi. So let me just say that today we begin, as you have heard from all the presenters today, our stakeholder validation process, as we actually begin the process of operationalizing this Uhuru Gardens National Monument and Museum. So I'm happy to join all of you, especially members of the media who are the first focus group to be invited, and as you've heard, other focus groups will also be invited in the days, weeks, and months ahead to help us with the validation process and to correct and help straighten areas that may need, but also begin the process of public awareness and explaining to Kenyans what this place is all about. A place for us to talk of our rich history, our culture, our traditions. A place where we shall celebrate the good. We shall see the bad. As it was, it's part of our history. We can't run away from it. And remember our ugly, so that we hopefully shall never repeat our ugly again. So it will be the face of who we are, what we've been, what we've gone through. It'll also be the place that shall be the custodian of all our historical, our cultural artifacts, memorabilia, of all sorts. A place where various audiovisual stories shall be, so that you don't have to depend on people like me standing on a podium and lying, and they were never there. Mtu nasikia mtu anaongea, mimi acha niwaambie za maumau, mimi namwambia ya hii, na mtu hata hakuwa amezaliwa, lakini bado anakuambia anajua. And it'll also tell us, you know, how our country has been birthed, shaped, and where we are. And hopefully it'll be a place, especially for you as media, to validate your stories. You know, not to depend on what Uhuru has told you. Not to depend on what so-and-so has said. Come see for yourself, verify your history, and be able to report factually, based on facts, not based on hearsay, based on facts. And this, I believe, hopefully, will also enrich your profession and professionalize your profession. You're not just rumor mongers, but you're talking about facts. Huh? And you have things to back those facts up. And this is something that has missed in this country, unfortunately, for a very long time. Yeah? You depend on individuals who want to put things for their own. Anyway, you're watching, and you. So, I do believe that once this place is fully operational, it'll host many thousands of visitors. It will help us identify our Kenyanness. It will help us identify our diversity, because we are diverse. But that's a beautiful thing also. It will help us be able to celebrate each other's cultures. It will help us be able to understand our different cultures a little bit more, and hopefully understand that it is a mix of all of these things that makes us Kenyan. That's what makes us Kenyan. And it is then from there that you get pride in being who you are. In a very short space of time, and I want to thank, because many may not even know how we actually ended up starting. And maybe for the first time I can say how we ended up here, how we ended up starting and agreeing, and I want to thank all those who I was together with. But there was a time when we realized we were going to have, I won't call it a crisis, but life as it takes its toll. And we were asking ourselves many questions at the time. If this was to happen, what would happen? If this was to happen, how would we manage it? What would we do? Because as a country, we never had those kind of thoughts and plans. And I remember the day when we started, it was a weekend, a Saturday, with the then CDF, who was General Mwadede, and his deputy, General Kiboshi. And we discussed, and we were thinking, and we were thinking. And we said, let's go and look around. So one of the places we said, oh, let's go and see that place. When was the last time you were there? When was the last time? I've not been there since the 50th. Oh, and you? Yeah, even me, I've never been back. The most unfortunate part is when we came, we decided we were just going to drive. I decided I was going to be the driver. So we came, got to the gate on what was supposed to be a public place. Found a fellow there at the gate. And his first question, when I rolled down my car window, his first question to me was, mnataka masaa ngapi? So it goes to show the kind of activities that were happening in this. So unaangalia mtu unamuuliza masaa ngapi ya kufanya. Unaingia masaa ngapi? Saa moja, nusu saa. Kumwambia sisi wengine ni wazee bwana. We may need a whole day. But anyway, and it was really just a place that was a mess. And we all agreed it was a shame. At the place where we celebrated not only our independence, but a place where many thousands of our people were incarcerated and died, has actually been turned to something that was very unfortunate, let me just say, very, very, very unfortunate. And we decided there is no better place than to go back to the reasons why those of our forefathers decided that this was to be the independent site. They were right then, and it must be the site that should host our history, our memory, and becomes the core of when we want to ask ourselves who we are. Let's come here and ask ourselves. Let's come here and see who we are. Let's come here and know where we've come from. And we decided we'd go all the way back into history. And when we did decide that, we came across and we said, you don't reinvent the wheel. There was a time many years ago when there was actually a competition held to set up a facility, but nothing ever moved. So I told Mother, go and look for that young man who you said won that competition. he comes back to me and he tells me, I found him, but he's refused to come. So I said, you go back to him and tell him it was not a request. Because if he refuses to come, we shall find him and he'll still come. And then Wasilwa comes and looks at me and he's looking at me from a distance. This fellow here. I asked him, why did you refuse to come? You people are just liars. You've used me and you've never even paid me what you pay us. No, just bring, no, but you know, anyway, we went through. And let me say, from the very onset, it's been a great pleasure working with this young man. And congratulations, he's a wonderful guy. Yeah? And he deserves congratulations because he's created something absolutely magnificent, and I'm grateful to him. And thank you for your trust. Na nafikiri tulikulipa jamani ya doyo. So truly grateful for that, and that's why we said we want to begin this. It's a work in progress, as CDF here has told you. It's not something that we finish today, tomorrow. It's something that shall continue with refinement as we move with every day. Yeah? But hopefully remain with that one basic element of being the custodian of who we are as a people. I don't want to repeat all that CDF has already said. Kenyans are asking, when will we be given an opportunity to come in and to go? But as with any institution such as this, and you want to do it and you want to run it professionally, it's going to take time, because then there are processes that you go through. You have your professionals, you have your intellectuals, you have your historians, you have those of our forefathers who are still alive. You want them to go through so that, is there anything that they feel is missing? Yeah? You have you, media, and that's what I'm saying. You are the first focus group. You've come here for a specific reason. You know, maybe there will be ideas and views that you'll be able to share with people and to share with those who are involved to make it better. But our hope is that within the period of time that Colonel Opio has already mentioned to you, we shall be able to be open to the public. We shall be able to have it now run and managed in a manner that the public can access. But we don't also want to rush it, because it's there, but it needs its process as any professional museum requires, so that you are 100% sure that what you're doing is right. Yeah? You may find an old man say, no, that outfit that you are depicting there, of that warrior, no, the dress was this, mume mix wrongly, mumefanya hivi. We also have, as we know, we are also doing an environmental side. We want to ensure, we're capturing all the fauna, anything that is indigenous to Kenya, our trees, our flowers, our shrubs. Is there anything missing? You know, we don't want to come and say, and then somebody says, lakini hii hakuna. Yeah, there's some old men from other places where artifacts we don't have. We need to go to them, collect, and be able to say that we have new communities that I'm proud to say we have made Kenyans. We have now Kenyans of Makonde ancestry from Mozambique. They are part of us now. They also need to be reflected here. How did they come here? How did they end up being naturalized as Kenyans. We have people who come from Rwanda, who were escapees in the early days of the 60s when they were fleeing the civil war there, and are now fully integrated in places like Eldoret and other places. They are a part of us. They need to be reflected here. Yeah? We have our Zimbabweans who are just down the road here, who also came in the 60s. They are part of us. We need their history also, and they need to come in. Yeah, they are now naturalized, they are Kenyans. Their history also needs to be told. How do they come here? How do they end up settling here? How do they end up being here? Yeah? We have our Arab partners, we have our Omanis, we have our Indians, we have our Pakistanis, all of them. They're all part of this wonderful story of Kenya. And every community that makes up Kenya needs to be able to see themselves proudly for all they are, for the difficulties they've gone through, for the hardships they've gone through, for the great things that they have done. This is a place where we don't want to hide anything. We want to be free. Yeah? So that especially nyinyi don't have to go making up stories. Kujeni mujue. Yeah? The truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. And hopefully at the end of the day, you will also learn that it doesn't always have to be bad news, that you have to write bad news to sell. You can also write positive stories about your country. And it sells. You're part of this country. You're part of this country. It's not just the shilling you get from selling your news. You're part of this country. And you need to tell, just like this facility will do, the good, the bad, and the ugly. If it's good, be proud of it, celebrate it, show it. If it's bad, say it. If it's ugly, say it. Every day you just want to look for a sensational story. And then you look at the story, the story, the headline, two different things. But it's very sad. But it's hopefully a place like this will also inspire you to do those things, like all countries do. Once you know who you are, once you're proud of who you are, once you are able to acknowledge that no human being is perfect, then you will be able to celebrate the great things and talk about the bad things, but also, because that's how our country is like a human being, that's how we move forward. But we can't always be telling our people, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad. Then where is inspiration? Where do you get kids then who want to become... That's how you create migrants. Because a child there is like, there's nothing I can do here. The best thing for me is everything outside is better than what I have at home. So you've got to be able to show, because they are, as much as we have challenges, but they are bright spots that can inspire, that can give hope, that can encourage, that can build, that can make great people. You know what I mean? Yeah? They are there. And you just need to bring that out and tell the truth as it is. There's no shame in that. So we will continue to do that. And we are also hopeful that the next government will understand where we were coming from and be able to continue and push that. Because history doesn't end, it is just told. And hopefully we will move from that aspect of being a country where we depend on oral history. And oral history was good at one stage when we were civilized, But since the Mzungu came, we became uncivilized. And lies become the truth. So we need now to actually record so that we are able to have institutional memory as we move forward. So not only will this give us an opportunity to learn, but like I also said, going forward, we also want it to be a facility that will provide leisure and recreation for our people as well. So it's not just a learning facility, but a place where our people can also enjoy themselves. I was very happy when we came here for the air show and to see almost 30,000 people and cars parked all along the road, and it was a wonderful day, kids all over the place. So it shouldn't just be a learning place, but it should also be a place where Kenyans can find time to come and enjoy, and also a place for us to host and hold our national celebrations, to remind us of who we are. So as we work towards the full operational status, which is scheduled, as you've heard, at the early part of November, we hope that those who come in will continue with this. And I conclude once again by thanking you all for finding time. I apologize for coming late, like I said, but hopefully here you are. Help us build a place where through audio, video, culture, print, online, we can all tell a true story of our country and who we are, and be proud of who we are, and learn from our mistakes, and do better, and give hope and encouragement for future generations. For all who have been involved, from KDF, national museums, National Archives, National Police Service, KWS, Kenya Forestry Service, wote ambao wamehusika, Cabinet Office and the records there, all who have been involved, hongera sana jameni. Prisons, ule mtu ndio ametoa record zote za wale watu ambao wamenyongwa, walifanywa nini. Kila mtu ame contribute yake kuja kulete, ndio Wakenya waweze kuelewa na wajue yale ambayo yametendeka, yale yamefanya, yeah? And I truly, to our historians, mzee wangu, asante sana babu, Dr. Spelling, I can see you there, asante sana, hongera na pongezi, yeah? So to our academicians also who have been heavily involved, we are truly grateful for your contribution. And I do hope that it's not ending here. You will continue until you see this thing fully operational. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki jameni. Sorry, one more thing before we break. Najua mko na njaa kwa sababu nimechelewa, lakini CDF naomba kwa sababu mimi lazima nirudi kule. Naomba twende tutembee kidogo, yeah? And don't worry, you can hold yourselves for one more hour, because I can assure you that the lunch stroke dinner that this gentleman will offer you will be out of this world. So ningeomba twende tutembee, si ndio? Alafu don't worry, huyu atawachunga, mtaenda manyumbani, wale wako na mabibi mseme wacha kula, wacha kando. Wale wako na mabwana mtawaambia pikeni yanu, sisi tumekula. But I would plead with you that you allow me, let's go, we see, then I leave you in the hands of the CDF. Thank you very much.